So, Rings of Power. Rings of Power. There is no good, no evil, no light. There is only power. We serve the world's true masters. Oh, Benedictus. Anyway. New Nielsen data show reveals the Rings of Power total minutes watched declined by over 26% as head of Amazon attempts to spin show a success. I mean, I think for them, the fact that anyone is still watching the show is considered a success at this point. But no one's watching it. Data tracking by over 26%. Uh-oh. I don't want you to fizz over there. It's all slush right now, so it's as it starts to melt, it kind of rise from your grave. As Jennifer Salk, the head of Amazon MGM Studios, attempt to spin the show as a success. Well, people are still watching the show, so it's a success. Nielsen revealed via Variety that Lord of the Rings Rings of Power saw total minutes watched decline to 747 million from for the week of September 9th to 15th, 2024. This is 26.7% decline from the previous week, where Nielsen reported that it had 1.019 billion minutes watched. Bubbling over. And it's all slush right now, so shouldn't be doing that. As noted by Twitter, I don't want to say X. Now it's known, not only is the show now seeing a decline week over week, but it is also another piece of evidence that many people abandoned the show during the first season. This first season's 5th episode was able to bring in 980 million minutes watched. Season 2's numbers are declined of 24.3% compared to season 1. Interestingly, these new numbers that show a significant fallout in viewership, not only within the second season, but also compared to the first season, came as Jennifer Salk informed Variety that the show is a success. Stop bubbling. She was asked, "How have you found the reaction to season 2? Oh my god, people love it." She responded, "Obviously very different in marketing levels and all of that to season 1. But that being said, over 55 million people at this point have engaged since season 2 launched." Are you talking about like the first episode? Because that's what they do. They continue to say numbers from like the first episode about, over the week. They'll say, oh, 500, 55 million, but it's like the first episode. Naturally, a lot of people are going to watch the first week after it first airs. They're going to watch until, that's just how it works. She continued, and if you look at the long-term trajectory, which is how this company looks at an asset like that, this is a long-term investment in the franchise. She then declared, "There's well over 150 million watching and engaging with the so I feel really good. I think we all do. And yet you're losing viewers. So I don't know what number she's looking at." Furthermore, Salk indicated that the show would still continue on its 5-season plan, of course, albeit she did not provide a firm confirmation. She was asked, is there any change to the 50-episode commitment? No, I don't think so. That commitment is never the thing that's driving what we'll continue to make the show as long as we see global customers loving it and watching it to the point where it is a business. Obviously, we need a large amount of people showing up, and there are a large amount of people, So there's no debate of whether or not the show will continue. I think most people are just hate watching at this point. So if you're hate watching, please stop. Please stop. Do not hate watch. Salk's claimed about the show were already coming under fire even before the Nielsen data was released. Please stop. There's no reason why you should still be bubbling over like that. I drank half of you already. Financial analyst Valiant Renegade questioning her use over the term engaged rather than using standard metrics of views or watch time. Engaged? What the fuck does that mean? I smell BS here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not surprised because they're in the business to where they need to prop the show up because they're never going to admit that their numbers are terrible. And you see shows doing it all the time. They'll pick a number or an episode, pretty much the first episode. It's always the first episode where the numbers were the highest, and they'll say, oh, we have this many viewers, but then you look and it was for the first episode. So instead of just admitting that people are losing interest in the show and leaving and not watching it, like, no, the numbers are great. There are people interested. Most people, I think, are just hate watching at this point. They've already destroyed the lore so much. I think people are just interested to see what else they continue to destroy. So, at this point, people are hate watching, I think. There's only very, very few people who are watching it who actually enjoy it. But I think, I don't know about, like, we saw Velma was canceled after 2 seasons because people didn't watch it. People like watched the first episode, but for the most part, no one hate watched it. You had the few viewers who wanted to watch it, but then people they didn't watch it, even just to hate on it. So it just died down. We just need more of that. We need more of that. If you don't like the show, just please don't watch it. They don't respect Tolkien's work. They go from, oh, well, in Tolkien, there is no canon. But then there's like, oh, well, we're following the Legendarium very closely. So is there canon or not? Because what you're saying contradicts itself. Saying that there's no canon, but then you're following the Legendarium, which has canon. So they clearly don't care. They don't care. They're adding Gandalf because, oh, he's a recognizable character and we just couldn't resist. When I talked about that, I talked about that's like adding, in the Fantastic Beasts movies, that's like adding Harry Potter there. It's like, well, he clearly didn't exist in that time era, but that era of, what was it, like the 50s or something? But it's like, oh, well, Harry Potter is a very recognizable character and we couldn't resist. It's like, it doesn't make sense, though. It takes place in the 50s. Harry is like born in what, the 80s? Late 70s or something? Because he's going to school in the 90s. Going to Hogwarts at least in the 90s, right? So it's like taking Fantastic Beasts and adding Harry because, oh, he's recognizable, or I don't know. Another franchise that it's like, actually, no, that would kind of make, never mind, that would make sense because they've done it before. I was about to say it's like making a Zelda movie and putting Mario in there. They've done that before. They've done that in the games before. Or take like Star Wars. That's like saying going to like, Anakin as a kid, right? In the second trilogy, but then adding Luke there, even though Luke can't possibly be born because his father is still a child. It's like, oh, well, Luke is a very popular and recognizable character. It's the same. It makes no sense. These people don't care about the lore. So viewership is going down, interest in the show is going down. They've been doing a lot of damage control, trying to get these experts to come out and be like, well, actually, Gandalf's name sticks very much to Tolkien's lore. And then it's like, oh, well, actually, Tolkien doesn't really have a canon. We find in this passage right here. So they have all these professionals come out, these experts come out and try to gaslight everyone. And everyone's like, no. But I'm not surprised. Honestly, I'm surprised it's even that much or that little. I would expect it to be close to 50% by now. But again, I think people are hate watching. So if you're hate watching, please don't. Please don't. My Amazon Prime thing expired, and I watched it just to kind of do the videos that I was doing to kind of pull up what I was talking about at that time. But just don't. These companies need to learn that actions have consequences. You make a crappy product, you may not get to continue making it. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.